Yo, what's up, Freeze Army? Welcome to a Silent Assassin suit only playthrough of the Elusive target number 20, the Warlord. My name is Mr. Freeze2244. Now, this seemed like an impossible task to actually achieve. This is not a walkthrough. I need to make that clear right at the start of this video. This is the reason why I'm not showing you any setups or anything like that, because I do not want you guys to copy this. It's purely a showcase to show you that you know, Silent Assassin suit only is indeed possible. I know 47's already done it. I've actually seen his video, and it's very random, and he was very lucky during his video. But it was still quite a fun experience to watch, which I do highly recommend you watch that video yourself. And so I would come on. I'm going to do my own version of that. So we did try to do this in an attempt just before he did it. We just tried to do an attempt in a live stream. I had the strategy, but I just ran out of patience in the end. I just couldn't be bothered anymore to do all this kind of stuff. So this strategy requires you a lot of patience. If you're not patient with this strategy, then it just simply doesn't work. You just need to have that patience of a god. It becomes very, very tedious after a while, after failing and failing and failing. But I finally got everything to click for me in a playthrough, and I managed to get the recording out for it, and this is going to be it. This is a very long video, of course, but I'm trying to cut down as much as I possibly can throughout the video, all the waiting times and that, all the boring parts. I mean, it's not going to be super amazing, you know, highly skilled or anything like that, but it does show that Silent Assassin suit only is possible if you are a very patient person. So yeah. So what we're actually doing right now is we created an alarm to create a target lockdown. Now, once that happens, and because the alarm is going off, it basically takes away everyone's enforcers. I don't know how to explain it really, but if you trigger an explosion or a loud gunshot or an alarm, all the enforcers that are in that area, apart from the guards themselves, they all you know, they kind of switch off their enforcers, kind of thing. It's very difficult for me to explain exactly what I mean, but say everyone's an enforcer in the building, apart from guards, that is. If you let off a gunshot, explosion or whatever, that enforcer, you know, white blip above their head goes away. So basically, whatever you do, you can run straight past them and nothing will happen. It's kind of manipulating the game a little bit. I don't really like to use these kind of tactics. It's more of a speedrunner tactic or whatever it is. But, you know, I try to, you know, it's essentially an easy, fast way of doing this strategy. I say easy and fast, but this is actually quite long. But we managed to do it in the end. I just wanted to prove something to myself as well, that I could do it. I've done every single Elusive target Silent Assassin suit only, and I wasn't going to let myself down this time. But we managed to do it in the end. So I'm just taking out a couple of guards here. That causes a few hassle on the way out. See, the hardest part of this Elusive target is not getting the target itself. That's quite easy. Like, getting up here is very, very easy. It's just getting out and getting to where that safe is, getting into the area where we need to go to create distractions and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of complicated because the enemy movement and the NPCs are very, very random. So we have to get a little bit lucky, try and manipulate the NPCs a little bit, and see how it goes. This is why I do not recommend this strategy, because it's not very easily replicated at all. I probably couldn't even do it again if I tried. I mean, I know the basic way of doing it, but trying to replicate it exactly is incredibly difficult. So I urge you guys, don't try this. Like, if there's an easier strategy out there, that's fair enough, but just don't try this. This is more of a showcase than anything else. So all we're doing at the moment is just waiting for the target to come back upstairs. Now, she did go into a target lockdown, so again, for the benefit of the video, I'll skip it to the point where we actually do something. So here's the target. She always comes into this room on her own. So it gives us plenty of time to subdue her and then take the safe key. That's important that we take that. And we're going to drag her body into the bathroom area. Now, just knocking her out or whatever it is, no one comes looking for her body, so we're completely safe to leave her body in here. This is what I was going to do in a fail-proof video. If I was going to do one, I would have knocked her out first, you know, took everything slowly, knocked her out first, and then did this exact same technique. What we're going to do is put a fire extinguisher and a breach charge right next to her body, and we're going to take care of that a little bit later. So the reason why we're not killing her right now is because if we can't get out, or we can't retrieve those files, we're screwed. We can't restart. So that's the reason why we're going to take her out at the very end on the way out. Her body won't be found, so you don't need to worry about her body being found or anything like that when you leave her body there. So if you do want to do an easy way to do this, once you get up here in a waiter's disguise, you can subdue or drag her in that room and do exactly what I've just done there. Or you can just leave a breach charge on her body. She shouldn't get noticed anyway, so it doesn't have to be an accident kill or anything like that. As long as you just leave a breach charge on her body, you should be completely fine, as long as you do it at the very last minute. You know, barring a few seconds before you exit, otherwise you won't get that silent assassin rating because of how the game works. So this was a very tricky part getting out of here. It was very you know, balls to the wall, you know, risking it for the biscuit and all that kind of stuff. So what we had to do at the moment is just wait for the perfect opportunity to go through the kitchen and then out through the door into the basement. So if we took the door to the left straight away, we would have been spotted by the guards, because one of them is sort of facing the left way and the other one's facing forward, so it makes it impossible to go through that door without getting spotted. So we have to go around in through the kitchen area. It's quite risky, but unfortunately it's the fastest and best way I've found to get out, unless we cause another explosion, which I cannot do because I don't have 2 explosions on this account, because this is a new account. So all I have on this one is a breach charge and a pale duck, which I got from my Requiem pack, so I don't even have the red rubber duck unlocked. I have the proximity, but that's just far too risky to use that. So what I actually brought with me is the pale duck, the breach charges, and an audio distraction device. I didn't even have the mixtape, so we've had to just stick to what we have. So again, I've just waited my perfect opportunity and just crouched around and then just regularly ran all the way out. Again, you almost got spotted there. It was very easily to get spotted. If the chef, all the chef's got to do is just turn left, and he spotted you instantly. So now we've gotten past the hard part. What we need to do is tackle the second hard part, which is potentially more harder than the first part, because especially the first bit anyway. So what we have to do is grab a fire extinguisher right here. We're going to set off another explosion again to, you know, trick all the NPCs to turn off that enforcer thing that they have in their AI. So we can just run past them with ease, but the guards can still see through all this stuff. So even if we do set off an explosion, you know, the guards are still in place. So it's not perfect, but I don't like doing these sort of strategies. I really don't. But it's a strategy that I found that works. And we actually tried to do this during the live stream, but yeah. Didn't turn out too well. But the problem here is getting through this area is that there was a woman. She's not actually there this time, which is, I think, was because it was a lot faster than we usually was. But she's not there this time, so I took advantage of that. But this is the area where we can actually do a lot of work. So essentially what the idea is, I'm going to do a basic strategy. First of all, I'm going to put a breach charge in this door and shoot it. I didn't want to activate it because it would kill the target, so we're just going to shoot it because, you know, as you know, if you drop 2 breach charges and you use the remote, it will explode both. So we only want to explode one, so that's why we shot it instead, because we want to have those doors unlocked all the time. So the trick, what I was going to do, this was the plan. When you aim at the wall, when you're right next to it, some of your pistol goes through the wall, and when you shoot it, the other person on the other side of the wall will come out to investigate. I was going to introduce this new little trick that I figured out, and it was I don't know, I found it during the live stream when I was in the bathroom, and I thought I'd try it over in this area, and it actually works. The soldier comes out, and he comes out to investigate, and he sees the gun on the floor that we dropped earlier. However, this guy comes along and spoils everything. I believe he was an NPC that spotted us from above. He didn't quite fully spot us, so like the suspicion bar went up, so he came to investigate what he thought he saw. But because he came along, that spoiled the whole problem of what the whole issue. What I was going to do, it was going to be so much faster than what I'm about to do, because I was going to take them down one by one. And it would have been so much easier with all the distractions and stuff like that. But now we have to do it the complete long way because it's just the way it was, and I didn't really want to restart. But yeah, that's how the distraction worked. You can actually like clip your pistol through the wall and shoot it, and the person at the other end will get you know, distracted. It would have been so much easier and faster. So we use the vacuum cleaner and the audio distraction device as distractional items, and we're going to draw the guards out one by one, taking them all out, and then we can move into the security room. Grabbing the security card that one of the guards drops, and then we're going to like I said, we're going to clear out the security room, and then we're going to head our way in there, and then we're going to go create an explosion on the way out so we can get out and exit the level quite easily. This does take a while, I'm not going to lie, but It was the situation that I was forced in at the time because of the tactic that I was going to do. Didn't work out the way I wanted it to because of the guy that came down. So the one thing we had to worry about was the woman that was across the hall. She does look over here quite often, so we have to be careful with her. So when there's no room left in the crate, we can actually drag the bodies into the room. That's why we use the breach charge in it rather than the swipe card, because it's very risky, because the door keeps locking itself and it doesn't ever stay open like a normal door does. So yeah, we're going to do this for quite a while, so yeah.
Won't you hear me? Won't you see? Ritorna a me. I'm begging you, come back to me. Ritorna a me. I follow you, I'm watching you. Ritorna a me. Come back to me, or I will find 47 ways to make you mine. The taste of wine turns bitter on my tongue. There were candles burning when we made love. I see you lighting candles now as your feet were passing whose dirty hands on the tablecloth. I watch red swine drink to his fill. Get rid of him or I swear I will. Ritorna a me. I'm begging you, come back to me. Ritorna a me. I follow you, I'm watching you. Ritorna a me. I'm circling you, thinking of 47 ways to make you pay.
So finally, after taking out several guards, we actually did an additional distraction as well to distract one of the guards on the steps just before we come into the area. I thought we've gone this far, we may as well go that extra little mile and take out those two guards as well. We didn't take out both of them, but I took out one of them and then created a distraction for another one. So while that guy went off to go and tell a guard about the guns that he spotted on the floor, we're actually going to go into the security room now and take out the files, and we're going to take out the evidence as well because we have been spotted by the camera, so I had to make sure I remembered that. So we waited for the woman to leave the room, go into the room to the left I should say, and there's also a guy that's on the floor above us as well. He can easily spot you, and the amount of times he's actually spotted me and ruined this I've lost count. So we crouch, run across here, then we're going to use the swipe card on the door, and then we're going to destroy the evidence, then open the safe with the key that the target dropped earlier, grab the files, and then we can head to the exit. We should be completely safe. There is one more guard around there, but we don't need to have to deal with him anymore because he's gone past us. So just to get rid of all the enforcers in the area, because as soon as we leave this room there's going to be enforcers everywhere, so we're going to create a distraction with the explosive that we have, and then that will turn off their enforcers, their enforcer ability, and then we can head straight to the exit with no problems. So there we go. The only bit of suspicion bar that was there was a guard that's just on the floor above us. But from this point we're actually home free. So all we've got to do now is pull out the breach charge remote that we had earlier, launch that, and that will kill the target, with an explosion kill with the fire extinguisher. That will count as an accident kill. So then we can head straight to the exit, and that will complete the Silent Assassin suit only for elusive target number 20. Granted, it did take me over 20 minutes. I know 47 did it in 4.5 minutes, but that's just the way it is. He's just a far better player than I am, and at least I did it. At least I did it. I stuck in there and I did it in the end. So that's pretty much going to do it for this video. So there you go, the Silent Assassin suit only popping up there for your Warlord. I also got my 5th Silent Assassin on this, so I actually got rewarded my winter suit on this account, so that's all good. So there you go, 23 minutes and 48 seconds. Great. Really, really good there. So that's going to do it for this video. So thank you very much for watching, and feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe here if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.